From the 12 News Studios, this is EVB Live.
Welcome back. So you've decided to list your home for sale. You've insured your curb appeal. Interior, backyard are show ready. The pictures look great. Now it's time for potential buyers to start visiting your home. There's just one little problem. The next door neighbor's home doesn't quite reflect the same pride of ownership maybe that your home displays. Real estate expert Holly Henbest is here to help guide us through some things that could really affect our resale appeal in this situation. I bet you deal with this a lot. How big of a problem is this when next door doesn't look as good as our house?
Yeah, those darn neighbors.
I know.
We love them most of the time,
we
but
do.
once in a while there's an issue. So some of the top issues have to do with just how their house appears in comparison to yours.
Okay.
And my first advice to people is when you choose to upgrade the exterior of your home, keep in mind the overall aesthetic of your neighborhood. You might want to be the nicest home on the block, but you don't want to be exaggeratedly nicer. You want to kind of be in line with the neighborhood. Now, if it comes time to sell and there is one particular eyesore on your street, say it's your next door neighbor, and I've had this happen where we list a home and the next door neighbor has not weeded in a long time. They've not trimmed their trees, and it just looks sort of sad next to ours that's ready to go. Now, if this is especially a newer issue, it's good to just go talk to your neighbor and say, hey, I'm listing my house. If my house sells for more, your house is worth more, so can we work together on this? The best course of action is talk to them first. Now, if you're in an HOA, your second course of action could be to call your HOA and see if they are in any violations. And oftentimes they are. And even sometimes we've run into a fact where the HOA has been negligent on taking care of some of their landscaping, and there was confusion about whose was what within the neighborhood. So it's always good to reach out to your HOA and clarify who's responsible for what and get them to help you if you have a neighborhood with or a neighbor with an eyesore. The other thing you may want to do is just say, hey, I know you're busy, times are tough. You mind if when my landscaper comes this week, maybe we could help you out a little bit.
Offer up that solution.
So maybe you offer up a little bit of a solution because it is going to be impacting your sale. One thing to keep in mind though, if you do have a neighborhood that has a particular eyesore and that might be a cause of why you're moving, that's something you would need to disclose to a potential buyer too. So maybe don't wait until it's time to sell. Start working on that now if you have a neighborhood that's a problem, and hopefully you can get it resolved.
What about noise issues? Say the neighbor has a barking dog.
Yeah, noise is huge. And we've run into this too, where, we, after a showing, will call and follow up with the other agent and say, how did the showing go? And the agent has told us before, they really liked it, but man, that Cujo next door was barking the whole time. So it was hard to focus on showing the house, and they have little kids. They're nervous about this crazy dog next door. And I'll call our clients and say, hey, everything went great except for your next door neighbor dog. And I've had it happen where they're like, really? We've never noticed the dog next door. And it's like, well, how have you not noticed it if everybody coming to the house is noticing it?
And that's all they can focus on.
That's all they're talking about.
What do you do?
Well, what happens oftentimes is people are gone during the day. They don't know what's happening during the day if they're at work and their neighbors are at work, and they're not used to having traffic in front of the house. We had one particular case where the neighbors went to their neighbors and said, hey, we've got a problem with your dog making so much noise. And they were like, oh, during the day we keep it in the front room so it can look out the front window. Well, guess what? Because it's looking out the front window, it's making a lot of noise.
When strangers are coming next door.
Talking to that neighbor, they were able to move the dog, and they no longer keep it there, and it doesn't bother anyone. So sometimes a simple conversation can help. Now, if it doesn't help, you do have resources. You can go to the City of Phoenix website. There is information on how to deal with a barking dog issue. You can even go to mediation. There's a hotline to call. So again, I highly encourage you, even if you're not looking to sell, if you do have an issue, start to tackle it now before it is time to sell.
Your life will be better that way anyway.
Exactly. So you'll enjoy your home more.
What do we do if these, resolutions just kind of we're not getting there yet, and you still have these conflicts?
Well, I say the best course of action is first talk to them personally. If it doesn't go anywhere, again, you can use the City of Phoenix resources in terms of the barking dog. Maybe you need to offer up some help or solutions. Maybe you need to contribute to the solution as well.
Or just be part of it.
But just be part of it. And I think it's oftentimes better to go to them first before you report them, because if you report them first, sometimes that conversation doesn't go as well.
All right, good advice. Thanks so much. Holly Henbest, our real estate expert. Thank you.
Thank you.